Okay, guys, it's finally time to finish the Demon Slayer drawing, which I did check. I started in June 2024. But in my defense, the original plan was to draw just Nezuko by herself, but then I ended up with such an empty background that I knew how to fill it with something. So I was experimenting with spider lilies and things like that. And basically, I was just trying to gaslight myself into thinking she doesn't need no man. So she didn't need Tanjiro, but actually it made sense to have him there. So when I first tried to draw him, it was not going well. So I kind of gave up in the end. I wasn't enjoying it. So I had to put it down. And then it ended up being like a year until I picked it up again. So that was last year. And to my surprise, I actually managed to draw him. And I was happy with the design, but now I'm not happy with the colors. So this is what it's looking like at the moment. And that's because I ended up getting lost looking at reference photos and seeing what other people were doing, trying different hacks and techniques and whatever else I saw online. And it just doesn't feel cohesive and it doesn't feel like it's mine. So I am going to basically take a few steps back, look at the line art again, tweak it a little bit. Like, for example, Nezuko's eyes, which I was struggling with initially anyway. I'm going to kind of change the positioning of that a little bit. And look at the crow's feet or things like that, which Erica did point out as well, so I was very grateful for that advice. And then once I've done that, I'm going to experiment with the colors again, especially the water and the fire, like the flames. I feel like they're too bright in contrast to the earthy and pastel tones of Nezuko and Tanjiro. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to just create my own palette and go from there basically. After literal years, I finally finished it. So here it is. And I know it took forever, but to be honest, I'm quite glad that it did, because if I compare the first drawing that back then I thought it was actually okay and quite good, but look at it. Compared to now, it looks so much better. And yeah, you can just see that I've grown as an artist and I've leveled up my skills, which is good. I remember university, so I studied fine art and illustration, and I had this one lecturer that kept telling me to try and find different ways to blend, because just blending it wasn't like good for some reason. And even artists now, sometimes they tell you to not use the blending brush because it's not good to do that. So they will show you like maybe textured brushes or things like that. And to be honest, I did try it and it just wasn't for me. So I quite like the combination of this brush and this brush, and it works for me. So until I find a different method, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I also went with my own color palette and I stopped looking at reference photos. So I just kind of went with whatever felt right for me. And I think it worked out okay. I might actually revisit the drawing again in a couple of years, especially for the rendering, because I quite like the line art. Like if you look at it like now, like this without the colors, I think it looks pretty sick. So it could even be a good coloring page. But yeah, I think once I keep learning new things and level up my skills even more, I feel like it'd be quite good to revisit and maybe color again. But for now, I'm very happy with it and I hope you like it as well. And thank you so much for watching this video and following along. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.